Right, hello, this is Studios Octopus and I'm here recording my third GlossyBox unboxing. And this is the box for the October 2014 and this is the UK edition. So I'll just pull up the box here. As you can see, this is the limited edition pop art edition. I almost feel slightly guilty throwing away the outer box, as you can see here, because it's so pretty, but there it goes. So this is the limited edition GlossyBox pop art Andy Warhol edition. Mine is the sort of green colour and it has this lovely coloured purple underneath bit. On the subject of the limited edition boxes, I've only actually had the one non-limited edition box so far, so it feels a bit weird to call them limited edition if they're different every month, but So the first thing I have on top is one of these info cards, and it's a Win this fabric to Paris with GlossyBox and Nukes. And then on the other side we have the November sneak peek alert, and this is for black silk eyeliner by Lollipops Paris, worth £11. That looks quite cute, so that's something to look forward to next time. But we'll get into the contents this time. So here's the box, unopened. They've gone back to using their unbranded ribbons and unbranded paper, which is a lot nicer because then you can reuse these. I think even the last time it was unbranded. We'll unstick this sticker. Oh, look at that. That looks quite good actually. A little lopsided in arrangement. I'll just make sure everything's visible and then we can have a look at the box. There it is. So by the looks of it, actually, I think this is quite a good box. We don't get a product card this month because they're trialing a online version of it via the website where it will tell you what you got. So I'm going to be reading off of that off the monitor. So I'm just going to pull out items as I come to them, talk about them, and then do prices and whatnot. So the first one is a Nukes Paris. It is a Masque Creme Fraiche de Beauté. And this is the, well, we can see it here. This is the one that they did a sneak peek for last time. It is a very hydrating, sort of a moisturising mask that you can either apparently use it as a moisturiser or as a mask, and sort of either leave it on or take it off. It says it's suitable for all skin types. I'll have a quick look at the English, which is on this side. So, quenches the thirst of the driest of skins. We've got plant milks, aloe vera, almond and orange white flowers. And it gives you radiant skin. You're supposed to put it on and massage it in for 10 minutes. Also, very nicely points out that it's paraben-free, non-comedogenic, or however you say that. Essentially, it doesn't fill in your pores, it doesn't block your pores. And 90% of ingredients are of natural origin. It also has one of those weird boxes where there's lots of writing inside, which I always think is a bit interesting. So here's the actual container. And this is apparently a full-size product. You get 50 millilitres or 1.7 ounces, or OZ. Yeah, right, let's see. Oh, it comes safety sealed, which is always good. Can you see that there? Yeah. So you know no one's tampered with it, it's coming to you fresh. I actually really like face masks and moisturisers. I have sort of combination sensitive skin. It gets dry, it gets oily, sensitive to lots of stuff. I also think it's a great time of year to have something like this because when it gets kind of cold, you want to moisturise a bit more. So I'm just going to deseal it. Let's have a look at this. Oh, there it is. It's very moisturiser looking. It's quite milky rather than thick and creamy, but oh, it smells very nice actually. It has that smell, that like when you get products that are all natural. It smells kind of planty, but it feels very nice actually. So I'll be looking forward to using that, I think, definitely. So, like I said, full size, 50 millilitres, and this is £19.50. So, pretty expensive for a face mask, but I suspect actually looking at the size, you'd get a good few uses out of it, depending on how you use it, I guess. So that's that item. I'll just rebox it. So what have we got next? Oh, I'll go for this. So this is the C910. Is that how you say it? I'm never sure how you say half of these names. This is the London Paint Pot. It's a nail polish. I have to admit, I got a lovely colour. The colours that were available, I suspect, were sort of the very pop arty type colours. Bright greens, bright yellows, bright reds. So I have the shade in red. This is PP084 in Pom Pom. And this is, again, a full-size product. It's quite a big for a nail polish, actually. I think it's 13.5 millilitres. I'm also aware that C910, or however you say it, is a very highly thought of brand. I've never actually tried one before myself. Let's have a look. Oh, well, it's certainly firmly put on. Ah, there we go. Actually, what I'll do, since I have my nails painted with a base coat at the minute, because I was anticipating getting a nail polish. Oh, that looks great. Right, we'll just pop that back in there. It smells generally nail polishy, not too strong like some other ones, quite nice. The other thing that I'm quite happy with, I'll just neaten up the edges here, is it actually looks very pigmented. One of the things I dislike about having to do nails is getting ones where you don't even, it isn't even really doing 1 or 2 coats, it can be doing 3 coats. So that is 1 coat of the nail polish paint pot in Pom Pom. You actually see that very well. It is a lovely looking formula, lovely colour, very pigmented. I'm very happy with this. I also think this is quite a good colour to get because it's also going to be good for Christmas. It's a nice red. Obviously, if you've got some of the other colours, maybe not so much. I also would have been happy with green or any of the other ones. Yeah, so again, full-size product. And this is £9 for 13.5 millilitres, which is actually a pretty good price, I think. I think I've said before about the Yves Rocher nail polishes that it's one of those items where it does actually last a long time. Because you're only doing thin coats of it. So very happy to receive this. There we go. Also very cute packaging. I like that they all have a bow. So that's that. What's next? Just pick this up. Oh, it's a bit dusty from the strange black confetti that you get. This is an Etrabel lip lift peel. Lip lift peeling. And it's a preparatory exfoliator for the delicate lip area. Oh, I see. It doesn't actually have that much sort of information on it. It doesn't actually have ingredients, which is a bit of a shame. So, oh sorry, that's the tube just there with the lid. Isn't safety sealed. You can see it coming out just here. Again, it's sort of a creamy white. Let's pull a little off. I see. It doesn't particularly smell that strongly. It has almost a light moisturizing smell, and it has very, very tiny, not even quite sand feeling particles in it. I'll give it a go. So there we go. Yeah, it's not even quite the size of sand particles, tiny, tiny particles within it. And it says to, on the website here, apply a small amount on the lip area with gentle circular motions, then after 1 minute remove. So I'll just leave that on for a second. So I think this is supposed to be when a lot of people recommend when you're putting on lip products, obviously if you exfoliate your lips, you know, getting rid of all the ick, dry skin, all of that sort of stuff, and you have a smooth area for putting on lipstick or putting on lip balm, or just having nicer, smooth looking lips. Again, I guess you could say this is a good item for this time of year because it's winter, got dry skin problems, but it's interesting. I don't think, for me, this is quite sort of exfoliating enough. Part of that is because the one that I use is just the one from Lush, where it's just a sugar scrub in castor oil, I think, of all things. But it's a very good lip scrub. So actually, on my first impression, not sure how impressed I am with this. So the price here is listed as €12.95. I did actually write down the dollar amount for 15 millilitres. Which this is, or 0.15 fluid ounces. Yeah, that's £10.27 for this tube, which is probably pricey for what it is, which is essentially something abrasive. I'm just going to grab a tissue. Which is essentially something abrasive in sort of a formula that makes it move smoothly on your lips. So far, least impressive item, to be honest, but we have a couple of more things to get through. But I mean, they feel exfoliated, but not that exfoliated, I would say. So there we go. Okay, the next item we have is this cute little box, and it's a perfume item. Notes d'Amour by Yves, 5 millilitres. Let's open this up. There we go. Comes in a cute little box. And it says on the back, all the sensuality of a romantic encounter. It's it's essentially rose, wood, and then the alcohol. So it comes in this very cute little perfume bottle. I'm going to open it up. And we can see here it's just a sort of a traditional stopper type one. This is just open to the air. None of it was particularly safety sealed, but it doesn't actually look like it's leaked anywhere or anything. Let's have a smell. I have to admit, actually, that is quite nice. I thought it would remind me a lot of the other perfume sample we've had, because the last one we had, which was a Lilique Lamar, which was also a rose-scented perfume, which was alright, but I didn't like the packaging. This one is quite a lot stronger. It's quite musky and florally, but I think probably a bit more interesting than the Lilique one. Other bonus, to be fair, is just that the packaging is quite so cute, and I think it's proper glass, yeah, and because it's actually open rather than being one of those little cute style glass ones that has a proper sealed lid and you spray, I guess, you could keep it and refill it, or just keep it as something super cute. So I'll look for the price. Yes, so this is the Yves Rocher France Notes d'Amour. The scent encapsulates the feeling of falling in love with Damascus rose, something wood, and patchouli. I don't think I'm the only one that has problems with reading out stuff. And it says this is £33 per 30 millilitres. We get a whole 5 millilitres, which is actually a pretty reasonable size sample if you think about it. Let's do it. That's only a sixth of the full size. So that means this item costs £5.50 for a lovely little perfume sample. Again, I'll pop this back in the box. And there's the box again. Just a cute little thing. We have 2 more items. I will go for the last full-size item, and this is a So Susan Flutter Mascara. You can see here, it's a lovely big gold tube. Let's see, an intense carbon black mascara formulated with hyaluronic spheres to help you achieve the darkest, curviest lashes possible. Very fancy. And it is a net weight of 4 grams. And this is a full-size product again, yeah. It is £14.95 for this mascara. This one is safety sealed again, though the safety seal does contain all of the ingredients, so once you've pulled it off, at least that's as far as I'm assuming, once you've pulled it off, you would have to keep that. It's actually quite fiddly. You would have to keep that to, if you wanted to look back on the ingredients. Oh, to be fair, you could find them out online. So that's the packaging off. It's very shiny, if that's what you look for in a mascara. Oh wow, so there's the mascara wand. Pretty standard looking mascara wand. When it came out, however, it looked like a very dark, quite thick formula. Quite nice looking. I did want to mention, in the June GlossyBox, we got a So Susan item then, and you either got a concealer quad or a blush. I received the blush, and I was quite impressed with it at the time, because mostly I really liked the idea behind the brand, that the person who created it said she wanted makeup that was also good for you, that it's filled with, that it's free from lots of stuff and got stuff in it that's good for you as well. So I'm assuming this will be very similar as well. I'll see if I can try giving it a go on camera. If I move a bit closer, if you can see my lashes. You can't particularly see my lashes when I'm not wearing mascara because the hair is quite fine, like the hair on my head is quite fine. No, I don't know how much that's picking it up. It actually smells nice, which is weird for a mascara. But there we go. So Susan Flutter Mascara. I'm sure it's a lovely mascara because I was very impressed with the blush. I'll be doing a website post with better pictures of sort of before and after anyway. But yeah, £14.95 for the full-size mascara. And the last item we have is a Rimmel London BB Cream Beauty Balm in matte SPF 15 shade light, and this is 8 millilitres on 0.27 fluid ounces, which is, let's have a look. Yeah, the full size product is usually 30 millilitres, so you're getting not quite a third, but more than a quarter of the size of the product. It's usually £6.99, so this one is worth about £1.80. There it is in a little tube. Let's open it up. Again, not safety sealed, which is a bit of a shame, but even when you buy these in stores, I don't suppose they are. The problem I tend to have with BB creams, and to be fair, with a lot of with a lot of foundations, is that they're usually too dark for me. Just do a quick swatch of this. And there it is there on my hand. So it is actually quite a light BB cream. I'll see about doing this, swatching it again on my face. I probably will give it a go fully on my face. Actually, that's possibly not a terrible colour. We'll have to give it a go properly. So, what type of BB cream is this anyway? It says it's a multitasking 9-in-1 skin perfecting makeup cream with a natural formula. It's supposed to have lots of skin benefits. According to this, it contains kaolin, witch hazel and salicylic acid, and it's also part of their keeping you matte line, because Rimmel sell a lot of products to keep you matte. It's actually quite a nice little sample. I guess you'd probably get a good few uses out of it, though it is quite a small little tube. Yeah, just a BB cream sample. As a follow-up on the Ciat nail polish, it is actually already dry, and I suspect you could very definitely get away with having just one coat on each nail, which means that this would last a good long while. So I'm just going to pop the contents back in the box. So here we go, we can get a much better look again at the box contents as it all falls over. And then the other thing I'm going to do real quick is working out how much my box is worth and then give you sort of my general impression. So I'll be back just in a second. Okay, and we're back. The way I've worked out the box value is that it is actually worth £61.08, which is actually quite a high value. A big part of it is having the sort of the higher end items. I mean, £20 of it at least went on this face mask. Whether it will be worth it will be on whether it's actually a really, really hydrating face mask, which will be on the post that I do afterwards. I think actually for the most part I am happy with the box content, and I usually am. I think part of it is that there is usually either one really great item, or it's just that there are a lot of higher priced items that you wouldn't usually get that are nice to try. For example, even just the nail polish. I think this is probably going to be what I'm most happy with, because these cost £9, which is almost the value of your box there. So very happy with this box. Yeah. Right, now I'm going to have a sort of a little aside on the subject of GlossyBox, but it isn't really about the contents of this box. So if you're not particularly interested, obviously feel free to leave, stop watching the video, you know what I mean. And that is on the subject of the glossy dots. In the UK, as of last month, they changed the amount of the glossy dots from 50 points to 20 points. That's right. Which, while it does mean it will take you slightly longer to earn a free box with your glossy dots, that's not actually what I have the problem with, because I think in and of themselves the boxes are such good value. There's no question about the value of the subscription, but what I think is unfair about the way that they did it was how they told people about it, which is, well, that they weren't very good at telling them about it. Because what seems to have happened is that some people have been able to get their box, last month's box, log in, and after only about 1 or 2 days after you get the box, they put the surveys up, or they put the surveys up then, and then you can give your feedback, and you could get 50 points then. That's actually what I did. I did it early enough to get 50 points per survey, but some people, simply because they came a bit later, or you know, you weren't in when your boxes arrived and you have to wait a while to get it from the post to even try the products, so because they had to wait a bit later, they only got 20 points per review. Whereas I think if they had organised it a bit better, if they'd send out an email to all of their subscribers and use their social media like they are so good at doing, and set a date for when it would change, and telling everyone to use to fill in their already existing surveys, so that up to a point everyone gets the same amount of points before the change, because they've all had the time in the morning to do their surveys. Whereas what seems to have happened is that some people who were paying the same amount of money have been able to get less points one month, and other people paying exactly the same amount of money have been able to have. So I think that's what's actually unfair and poorly done, which is just sort of, I suppose you could say, poorly done on the customer service front rather than on the contents of the actual box, which I think is still important to point out. It's a great value box. All of my boxes I've been very happy with, even ones where they've been worth half as much, like the 3rd year anniversary box, which was only worth something like £30. It was still more than the £10 I paid, and I still like the contents and I've been using them. But it's just one of those things where it's frustrating when the way you treat people isn't quite as good as it could be. But I am interested to see what they do with the point service. They have said part of the reason was to equalise it with all the other regions, which is fine, and that they're going to be trying out some new stuff, which they even have already started trying, to see if we prefer a paperless system with the cards, which will be interesting to find out whether they decide to keep with that or not. So I think that's the little bit of sort of talking bit over. I'll leave it at that for now. I'll give you one last sort of look at my box. And there we go. We'll see you again next time. Bye bye.